there's also going to be controversy, and I just have to ask you your thoughts on somebody who supposedly rumored has a high net worth, and we don't really know what someone's net worth or what their obligations are financially. How do you feel about them utilizing platforms that were generally for the unknown artist?
Well, I mean, and you're probably alluding to the controversy that takes place whenever like some mega movie star goes out and does a crowdfunding campaign. And I'm of the school that says this is great. You know, the ebb and flow of creating projects and being in between projects and coming up with new ideas is the same for somebody that's uber famous as it is for somebody who might not be famous. It's all scalable, but what it does do when you come up with a crowdfunding campaign, and you know, like if I ask my mom, she probably now knows what Kickstarter is, and she didn't know what that was before. And that's what it does. I mean, we're shifting the paradigm from saying, I have this goal in life, there's things out there that can help me achieve that goal. And so, you know, why does anybody have a spokesperson for any sort of company or any sort of industry? It's because you want to get word out about that industry. So whenever somebody famous has a successful crowdfunding campaign, it just sheds a lot of light on crowdfunding. And I look at that as a plus and not so much a minus. I don't think it detracts from my ability to do a crowdfunding campaign. If anything, it increases the pool of people that may find out about my project that might not otherwise have known about it. And that's helpful.
So where do you think the animosity comes from? Because if you go to any of these high-level campaigns, you'll see all these different comments, and it'd be just easy to label them as haters, and some I'm sure are, but then there are some that legitimately feel that these individuals should not be able to crowdfund. Where do you think that stems from?
I don't know. You know, I run a blog, filmmaking stuff, and I got to tell you, every once in a while, I'll never forget, I don't know why it still bothers me, but one time I sent this email out about this blog post that I wrote that was just like, it took me some time to write it. I was like really excited about it. I was like, this is going to help somebody. Like, I legitimately had those thoughts. Like, this is the thing I wish I knew 10 years ago. And now I wrote it and I email it out. And one of my first responses was this guy, and he wrote, "You suck." And that was it. That was it. That's all he wrote. 2 words, "You suck." I wrote, what, like 700 words of like this good, like what I thought was really cool stuff. And he's like, "You suck." And I used to take that stuff personally. Or if somebody were to unsubscribe from my email list and write like a really nasty comment like, "Oh, you know, whatever," mean thing they could say. I used to read those things and take them personally, and they hurt. I don't really look at it that way anymore. I'm like, I don't think it's my problem. These just weren't the right fit for me. So going back to your question about, you know, the haters or the trolls or the people that are upset about somebody else having a successful crowdfunding campaign, you know, they're entitled to their opinion. I would caution anybody that feels that negativity to say, like, while you're sitting there being negative, you're not really doing any work to improve your own ability to engage an audience. I don't know if it's proactive to sit around and say like, "Oh, that person's more successful than anyway."
That's a great point. Yeah.
You know, please help everybody that's negative. I don't know how to respond to that, because I've now grown immune to it personally. So whenever I see like one of these famous people have a successful crowdfunding campaign, I like feel encouraged and invigorated, because I'm like, here's somebody else proving that this can be done, you know, and here's a cool model to follow. Maybe I don't have 10,000 people. Maybe I have 1,000 people that are going to support my campaign, but I'll do it so much better because now I've looked at these role models and I know how to engage an audience better, and it's good stuff. So.